Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure story set in Night City, a megalopolis obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. Immersion is going to be important for Cyberpunk 2077, which is why CD Projekt Red hasn't cut any corners on the character customization options. You can customize your character's cyberware, skillset, and playstyle, and explore a vast city where the choices you make shape the story and the world around you. So let's have a deeper look at the character customization features in Cyberpunk 2077. If you're new to the channel, why not consider subscribing? This channel is all things Cyberpunk, and my goal is to aid you in having the best possible experience when you drop into Night City. Likes and comments really help me stick it to the algorithm and are always appreciated. Your character customization begins with you choosing a life path. This is one of the major things you get to choose in the initial character creation. There are 3 life paths to choose from in Cyberpunk 2077. These are the corporate, the nomad, and the street kid. Choosing a life path will not only give V a backstory, but will determine which Night City district you will start the game in, as well as the characters you meet along the way. This will also give the characters that you meet on your adventure a sense of who you are and where you came from, and may sometimes open up custom dialogues and unique opportunities with certain characters. It can dictate who you know and how you know them. For example, your relationship with Jackie can be determined by your chosen life path. If you're a corporate, Jackie is already a trusting, loyal friend. For the street kid, V becomes an ally after a botched car deal, and in the nomad they team up after a messy fight in the Badlands. CD Projekt Red said that their goal was to equip players with as many customization and roleplay options, while also fleshing out these totally different perspectives on Cyberpunk 2077's world for V as a character. Character creation, you'll be able to choose between a male, female, and non-binary character body type. You can then choose between either a male or female voice to go along with your body type. You may have noticed that in the 2018 gameplay video that their junk was pixelated out, and in the 2019 deep dive they were wearing underwear. But I have read hands-on reviews saying that all is on show in the character creation, so I believe this will be the case when the game drops. You can flesh out some more of the backstory in the background check. On the left hand side you can see that there's information about your character. Here you have a first and last name, an alias, date of birth, gender choice, prior convictions, education, and details in brief. You also have Edit Details button where you can presumably change all of this information. It would be interesting if you can change the date of birth. At the moment it's December 10th, 2054, making V 22 at the start of the events in Cyberpunk 2077. If this was the case, would you have some more appearance customization for an aging character? It is Cyberpunk though, so appearance can be highly modified, so it is possible to look younger even if you're actually really old. I'm also presuming that the alias will be fixed to V, so that other NPC characters can call you that name in the game. This is actually the way that it is in the tabletop versions of the game. You would pick a real name and a Cyberpunk alias, and you were not meant to disclose that real name to anyone, but you were always referred to your Cyberpunk alias name. On the right, you can see that you can also choose some more information: your childhood hero, key life events, and why you are here in Night City. The childhood heroes are actually from the lore of the tabletop game. Johnny Silverhand is a central character throughout all of the Cyberpunk series, as well as an influential rocker boy and lead singer of the band Samurai before their breakup in 2008. In 2020, he started a crusade against the megacorporation Arasaka, but he was killed by the cyborg assassin going by the name of Adam Smasher, who worked for the corrupt leader of Japan, Arawak Saburo. Next is Morgan Blackhand, a solo of fortune and legendary solo in the world of Cyberpunk. In Cyberpunk, a solo is a mercenary or an assassin. It is unknown if he's dead or alive at this stage, as he was last seen battling Adam Smasher on the Arasaka Tower when a nuke hit during the end of the Fourth Corporate War in 2023. The corporate god is Saburo Arasaka. He is the CEO of the Arasaka Corporation, which dominates most of the world, including Japan and America. Saburo has united factions of the Japanese government, the military, organized crime, and various smaller corporations under his control. Saburo Arasaka has become one of the most powerful and influential people in the era, so much so that people call this cyberpunk history the Arasaka Shogunate. It actually crossed my mind before that maybe we're just seeing one area of this backstory in the footage we've seen. Like, did we only see Johnny Silverhand because he was our childhood hero? Was this our first big kill in this mission? Do we have something to prove? I doubt that this is the case because Keanu Reeves is a big actor for just one choice in the game, but it would be pretty cool to think if that was the level of detail they went into. Next in the character creation, we get into the customization of the physical features of your body type. Cyberpunk 2077 offers an extensive character creator, allowing players to customize skin type, hairstyle, eyes, eyebrows, mouth, jaw, ears, 8 bits of cyberware, as well as the option of not having any cyberware, scars, tattoos, piercings, teeth, eye makeup, lip makeup, blemishes, nipples, body tattoos, body scars, penis types, vagina options, and pubic hair. We also know from the ESRB rating that customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as the various sizes and combinations of genitalia. Yes, you can even customize your nipples and genitals if you want to. I believe you have the option of penis, vagina, and nothing. You can then customize what size, shape, features of these that you want, as well as even the colour of the pubes to go along with your fashion accessories. There doesn't seem to be any sliders in the sense that you can adjust like the height or the roundness, etc. But you will have the option of different presets on each of the facial features. We also get the option of including light emitting ink tattoos. You can actually see one of these in the core rulebook, and we also got a glimpse of these in one of the trailers on the Night City Wire. This screenshot here of the Tiger Claws gang member also looks like he's sporting one of these light emitting ink tattoos. Once you've locked in your character's choices and style, you can then move on to adjusting your character's attributes. There are 5 main stat attributes to choose for your character. These are body, intelligence, reflexes, technical, and cool. The body attribute would relate to things like how much inventory you can have, or how good you are with weapons or melee attacks, and other athletic skills like that. A higher body stat might let you, for example, grab someone and use them as a human body shield. So this would be great for those kind of solos that like to just run in and run and gun. Intelligence relates to things like hacking, so if you're going to make a Netrunner build, you'd probably want to invest into this. A higher hacking ability would allow you to insert malware into enemies' brains and manipulate the world around you so you can kind of create a more stealthy approach to missions. A higher intelligence also lets you do things like steal cars, for example. The reflex attribute has to do with how you handle weapons and how you use things like mantis blades, for example. The cool attribute would relate to things like stealth and assassination, so sneaking up behind enemies to take them out one by one. The technical attribute is useful in terms of like upgrading your weapons or your crafting abilities. A higher technical attribute also contributes to like getting better cyberware technology and weapon improvements. Cyberpunk 2077 is a choice-driven RPG, so you can mix and match abilities at will. This is because there isn't a fixed class system, so instead you have a fluid class system, allowing you to mix and match a wide range of abilities to suit whatever playstyle or character creation that you want. So you can create that stealthy Netrunner, or you can create a strong solo character that just runs in and just obliterates everything. Or you could make a bit of a hybrid character that has a few aspects of each of the main styles. To me, this is very like Skyrim or Fallout. Like, you'll get to choose perks in certain areas where you want to become more proficient at. So if you want to be better at handling guns, you'd put your perks into there. Or if you want to get a better net running, that's where you'll allocate your skills. During the game, you'll also have the option to customize other things, like the type of clothing that you have. Each clothing item that you have will have different stats. It can affect your armor, for example, or give you certain boosts to your cool factor or your rep. You can customize your weapon loadout as well in this menu, and it looks like you have 3 different weapon slots that you can hold at one time. And of course, all of these weapons are fully customizable to the character, with both modifications and performance increases, as well as aesthetics. On the bottom of the screen, you can see that the gear that you select will also affect the resistances that you have. There are 4 different types of damages in Cyberpunk 2077. You have physical resistance, so that's probably punches or melee attacks like that. Thermal resistance, so fire, explosions, etc. Chemical resistance, like I think in Night City there'd be acid rain, so that might help. You also have electrical resistance, so environmental hazards, shocks, etc. Remember that the environment is quite dynamic, so you might want to choose the correct clothing items for certain missions to give you the most possible advantage. Next level of customization is your cyberware. You can go to different Ripper docks across the Night City, and they'll all have different levels of cyberware for you to choose from. These could be from low budget or high end. You may even find some Ripper docks willing to install some illegal cyberware for you. These upgrades will require a certain rank or cred, and of course you'll need the eddies to buy them. Some of the upgrades that you can choose would be things like the operating system, the immune system upgrades, nervous system upgrades, arm upgrades, skeleton upgrades. One of the rare skeleton upgrades, for example, is called the Dense Marrow. To purchase this upgrade you will need at least 14 street cred and 1200 credits. This upgrade would increase the cost of your stamina for melee attacks by 20%, but it will also increase your damage on melee attacks by 15%. So as you can see, there's a stamina cost to the upgrade, meaning you'll tire faster, but you will be able to hit a lot harder, so there's a good balance here. So that's it for their in-depth look into the character customization options in Cyberpunk 2077. Let me know below what your favorite customization options are and what would you like to see. What kind of character are you going to build? Are you going to be a solo or a netrunner? Let me know below, I'd really like to know. And if you like this content and want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and make sure that you'll get the notifications for when I post. That's it. I'll see you all in Night City.